Hello there and good afternoon. The Prime Minister Theresa May is facing the prospect of yet another defeat in the House of Commons this afternoon when MPs vote on her latest motion. The government has tabled a motion to be voted on this afternoon that asks MPs to back the ongoing Brexit talks. But the motion also backs taking a no-deal Brexit off the table. This motion that I covered in a previous video therefore contradicts the government's own stated negotiating stance of keeping a no-deal scenario on the table in order to give the UK government leverage. This caused a stir yesterday, and that is continuing today, with Brexiteer Tory MPs threatening to vote against their own government. As I said yesterday, if MPs vote for the motion, they are stating that they want Theresa May's deal and they don't want a no deal. But if they vote it down, then they will be stating that they don't want Theresa May to continue negotiating the backstop and want a no deal left on the table, which is in direct contradiction to the vote of these same MPs on the 29th of January. Now, this motion is not legally binding on the government, but it does send out a message to the world, especially the EU negotiators. So if MPs vote for it, the EU will just hunker down and continue to refuse to change the backstop in the hopeful knowledge that MPs will be forced to accept the deal, backstop and all, at the last moment over the no-deal prospect. And if MPs vote against the motion, then why would the Eurocrats bother to talk about the backstop at all? And what mandate would the government have to continue to try to change her deal? Also, by voting against it, they will, as I've already said, be going against their own previous vote that they made on the 29th of January when they backed that day's motion and the two amendments to it. There is also the problem for the Tory Brexiteers, in that they need the fruitless talks to continue for as long as possible to wind the clock down. Now the question is, why did the government table such a contradictory motion? And the answer is that the very large Remain element in her party want the removal of the no-deal option in there. The government is downplaying the bit about removing the no-deal as it is a non-binding motion. But it must be important to Tory Remainers, or else why is it there? And further, the fact it has angered Tory Brexiteers shows how important the message it could put out about not pursuing a WTO exit from the EU is. Could be an interesting few hours, don't you think? Now, when looking at today's House of Commons order paper, it is chock full of amendments to this motion. All about second referendums, extending Article 50, revoking Article 50, and having votes in the House to determine a consensus. There's even one in there about having a three-way referendum using the alternative vote. But I don't see one from Brexiteers amending the motion to their liking. Strange, don't you think? You have to ask, why aren't the likes of David Davis, Boris Johnson and Jacob Rees-Mogg in amongst it playing the same game as the Remainers? After all, they are upset with it, aren't they? And it might well highlight how out of touch with the public many MPs are. I wish I could put in an amendment that simply says the House backs democracy to the hilt and will deliver the UK fully from the clutches of the EU at 11 p.m. on the 29th of March 2019 as they promised the people of the UK they would. Then see who votes against it. Anyway, what do you think? Please leave a comment below and thank you for watching.